Lady Scotties softball on WCLU 103.1 FM and AM 1490, and video streaming free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU and Scotties YouTube channels. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Right now, with the Don Franklin Auto countdown to first pitch, it's Joe Myers.
Welcome here to Glasgow High School for our first spring sports broadcast of the 2024 softball and baseball seasons. Today, it is a softball contest between the Glasgow Lady Scotties and the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets. I am Joe Myers, and glad to be back on the mic. We appreciate Chase Landrum taking over for play-by-play duties during basketball season, and I'm back up now. And we are joined this afternoon by Glasgow former head softball coach Stephen Murphy. And Murph, appreciate you joining us here today.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you asking me to do it.
So the Lady Scotties last year finished with a record of 12-12. They have played one game this year already. That was on Tuesday. Last year, the Lady Scotties lost to Barron County in the district tournament first round by a score of 8-0 to end their season. Glasgow did play Franklin Simpson on Tuesday and fell by a final score to the Lady Wildcats of 15-5. A game which the Lady Scotties committed several errors in the ball game. We understand from talking with head coach Katie Arbeck. They scored 5 runs, I think, on 5 hits in that ball game. So hopefully they can turn their fortunes around here this afternoon and get a win over this Metcalfe County ball club. Metcalfe County comes in here having not played a game yet, so this is their season opening game. Last year, the Lady Hornets finished the season at 3-21. These two teams did meet one time last year, and it was the Lady Scotties winning that one in a shutout over Metcalfe County back on March the 28th by a final score of 15-0. We'll come back in just a moment and get Coach Murphy in here and talk a little bit about this matchup, about the season to come for the Lady Scotties. And we're excited to be with you here for our first spring sports broadcast of the season. We are back after a 2-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Hey, son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Shawn Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with a same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
Joe Myers and Stephen Murphy back here with you at Glasgow High School's Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium as we are set to bring you the first broadcast of our spring sports season here. It is the home opener for the Lady Scotties. We told you they lost on the road at Franklin Simpson on Tuesday in their season opening game by a score of 15-5. And Murph, well, first of all, we're having some issues with the scoreboard, so I don't know if we're going to have a scoreboard here today. But what I was going to say is, of course, you were the former head coach here for the softball team, I think, for 9 years. Is
11.
That 11 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 11 years. I think you resigned as the head coach in, 2019? Is that
was my
right?
final season, yes.
So, I mean, obviously, you're familiar with this feeling, that home opener. I mean, what do you think Coach Arbeck is telling her kids right now as they get ready for this home opener?
I'd say she would want them to curtail their emotions because they're excited. It's the first home game of the season, and the weather is just outstanding. You think you get this kind of weather toward the end of April, 1st of May, but here you are, the first home game of the season, and 78 degrees. So you want to curtail those emotions and not get too excited or anything like that. And, obviously in softball it's a game of, that last column, you've got the E column, so you got to make sure if you do commit one, you flush it, and you got to keep going.
And, of course, it's the first year for new Glasgow head coach Katie Arbeck. It's her first year as a head coach. Katie was an assistant coach at Lindsey Wilson last year, and so it's her first year as a head coach. Have you gotten a chance to meet Katie at all, Murph?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
I mean, we don't know a whole lot about her. We do know she played high school softball at Ballard, played a lot of travel ball, big-time travel ball, and then played college softball at Kentucky State. So she's certainly been around the game pretty much her whole life, I think. She's a young coach. I think 25 years old, if I remember correctly, from her press conference when she was announced as the head coach. So you've got a new coach, maybe a little bit of a new system. I think her and the players are still probably trying to learn each other here in just game number 2, wouldn't you think?
Oh, definitely. When you're that young and you're not from here and you're trying to get to know your players and your players are getting to know you, and it's a different thing going from practice to a ball game to try to figure out how things are going to be handled. But now, coming from Louisville Ballard, we played them back in 2012. I'm sure she wasn't around back then, but well-coached program, won multiple state championships up there, so she's obviously going to know the game well.
Let's go ahead and give you the TJ Regional Health starting lineups here on the Don Franklin Auto pregame show. And we will start with the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets. Batting first and catching will be Kelly Harper. Number 2 hitter and pitching today for the Lady Hornets will be Harper Hurt. Batting third, and the designated player is Tegan England. She'll be hitting today for the shortstop, Bailey Cox. The cleanup hitter for Metcalfe County is in right field, and that's going to be Riley Froge. Aubrey Phelps will be at first base. She'll bat 5th. Number 6 hitter is the center fielder, Kendall DeWeese. Batting 7th and in left field is Miranda Fields. Batting 8th and at second base is Morgan Avery. And the number 9 hitter for the Lady Hornets is the third baseman, Olivia Acree. As we said, Metcalfe County playing their season opening game today. They finished last year at 3-21, and their head coach is Dina Hurt. The TJ Regional Health starting lineup for the Glasgow Lady Scotties. Batting first and in center field is Ellery Haynes. Number 2 hitter is the right fielder, Kinsey Johnson. At shortstop and batting third today will be Emery Gardner. Micah Mullenkamp will bat 4th, and she'll be at first base. At third base is Riley Strode. She'll be hitting 5th today for Glasgow. Number 6 hitter is the catcher, Lucy Richardson. Jakiley Green bats 7th, and she'll be at second base. Pitching and batting 8th is Memphis Prophet. And the number 9 hitter, the left fielder, Sydney Kuykendall. Lady Scotties currently 0-1 on the season after that 15-5 loss on the road at Franklin Simpson on Tuesday. Head coach is Katie Arbeck. Glasgow assistant coaches are Ashley Estes, Corey Haynes, Holly Martin, and Ashley Prophet. As we said, the Lady Scotties last year finished with a record of 500. They were 12-12 before falling to Berrien County in the opening round of the 15th District Tournament. And these two teams did play one time last year, and it was a 15-0 win for the Lady Scotties over Metcalfe County. And again, that was back on March the 28th of last season. So that is the TJ Regional Health starting lineups here on the Don Franklin Auto pregame show. And Murph, did you get a chance to see the Lady Scotties play any last year at all, anything?
I think twice.
Okay.
And you could tell they were young.
Yeah.
They won the day I was here. I don't remember exactly who they played, but again, I think just still trying to get some people healthy because I know
right.
With
Addie McCoy.
She was, I think, a little slow coming back last year, and she overcame that and pitched a good ball game the day that I was here. and then has the tough luck over in the off season having to have surgery like that. But I'm sure she's itching to get back and probably doing everything the physical therapists are telling her to do so she can get back.
Again, you're listening to the Don Franklin Auto pregame show here on WCLU as we get you set for Glasgow against Metcalfe County in high school softball. And you look at the way these Lady Scotties hit the ball last year, not terrible at all, Murph. They were a 302 ball club, hit 302 last year, had a few home runs on the season. Defense was a big problem for them. They committed a lot of errors last season.
Yeah, that's the frustrating thing about softball is, you score some runs, but then your defense lets you down, and it forces the pitcher to have to throw more pitches, and then you're facing more hitters, and each team gets 3 outs an inning, and then when you're committing errors, you're giving them 5, maybe 6 outs an inning, and that just and it's demoralizing for your team because you think, hey, we're doing pretty well, and all of a sudden there comes an error here and there, and then sometimes it seems like the floodgates open, especially you got 2 outs, and then there's an error on that 3rd out, and then they score 3 or 4 runs, and they shouldn't have scored any.
And you mentioned injuries in Addie McCoy. Addie had surgery earlier this year on her shoulder, I believe it was. And so she is not able to play at this point. She is expected to be back. Coach Arbeck told me hopefully maybe sometime in April, maybe mid-April or so. I think it's kind of the goal there. But Addie was a solid pitcher for Glasgow last year, and I'm sure she will be when she comes back. But it'll be Memphis Prophet pitching today for the Lady Scotties. I've seen Memphis pitch a little bit in the games that we've done the last couple of years. Not a whole lot, but Memphis is a young pitcher. She's a sophomore, but softball kind of runs in her family. Her mom was a very good softball player. Her grandmother was a big-time softball player as well. So, we'll see how Memphis does today, Murph.
Yeah, genetically, it's in her genes. Yeah. You're right. I saw her. I was subbing at the high school one day last week and walked by her, and I didn't realize she's like 5'9". I mean, she's pretty tall girl. And, I think I did see her pitch one time last year, and you can see all the foundation and the ability is there. She just got to tone it in. And, I looked at the stats. I didn't see how many she walked Tuesday night, but I think that, again, like you said earlier, the key was the errors.
Yeah, and Coach Arbeck did not tell me how many errors were committed, and that is not something that they list on the KHSAA stats. But what we can tell you is only 5 of the 15 runs that Glasgow gave up to Franklin Simpson were earned. So that if you're going to have the kind of year you want to have, you can't have that happen.
Exactly. We always used to say you got to pitch it well. You got to make plays defensively and then score enough to win. But if you're giving teams that many runs, you're not going to win many ball games.
Well, let's wrap up the Don Franklin Auto pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our first pitch for you here from Glasgow High School. We're back after a 2-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sautéed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sautéed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
It's time for Glasgow Lady Scotties softball on WCLU 103.1 FM and AM 1490. And video streaming free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU and Scotties YouTube channels. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Let's play ball!
Field at Busch Stadium. Joe Myers and Stephen Murphy along with you. It is the opening game, the home opening game, of the Glasgow Lady Scottie softball team here today. We told you that Memphis Prophet is in the pitching circle for Glasgow. We'll look at her numbers from last year in just a moment, but let's go ahead and set the Glasgow defense for you. Out in the outfield, you're going to have Sydney Kuykendall in left field. Ellery Haynes will be in center. Kenzie Johnson is in right field. At third base for Lady Scotties today will be Riley Strode. Shortstop Emery Gardner. Number 11, Jakiley Green at second base, and Micah Mullenkamp will be playing first base. Behind the dish is Lucy Richardson. And Memphis Prophet, as we said, in the pitching circle today. Memphis last year only had 4 starts. She pitched 23 and 2/3 innings, gave up 40 hits, 51 runs, 34 of those were earned. She gave up 23 walks, struck out 6, had a record of 1-2 with a 10.06 ERA. And Memphis finishing up her warm-up tosses right now, as we are just about set for our SCRTC first inning. And the first 3 hitters due up for Metcalfe County will be Kelly Harper, Harper Hurt, and Tegan England. Kelly Harper last year hit .087 as a junior. Metcalfe County getting some final instructions from head coach Dina Hurt as they break that huddle up, and we'll be set to go here in just a moment. Glasgow baseball team, of course, 1-1 on the year. They fell to Central Hardin, a very good baseball team, in their season opening game, but then defeated Warren Central on Tuesday in the Class 2A tournament, and the Scotties do not play again until Saturday when they go on the road for a doubleheader against Adair County and Cumberland County. And our Walbert Trucking first pitch is on the way, and it is in there for a called strike from Memphis Prophets. Memphis toes the rubber. Has the pitch he wants, winds and delivers. And this fastball right on the outside corner for a called strike 2. Hit that one right on the black, Murph.
Right on the black. Might have been in the river there between the box and the edge of the plate there. Off to a good start, though.
So Memphis ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way to Harper. And this pitch going to be grounded to Jakiley Green at second base. He'll scoop it up and go to first where Micah Mullenkamp covers, and that is out number 1 here in the top of the first inning.
Always good to get that leadoff hitter. Sets the tone for the inning.
And that'll bring up the pitcher, Harper Hurt. Just a freshman. Last year batted .242 with 6 RBIs as an 8th grader. Pitch from Prophet misses a little bit low this time. May have been a bit inside as well.
Off to a good start. She's thrown 4 pitches, 3 for strikes, and that was the first ball.
Prophet with the pitch, and this one swung on and missed by Hurt, and leaving the count up at a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 coming. And this one going to be fouled off to the right side as the on-deck hitter, Tegan England, had to jump out of the way of that one. It was headed in her direction pretty fast.
Yeah, these dugouts are pretty close in softball, so you got to pay attention all the time.
So Prophet again ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way to Hurt. And that one called strike 3 on the inside corner. And that is an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for out number 2 here in the SCRTC first inning.
That pitch was in a real good location. Even if the hitter was able to put the bat on the ball, she probably hits it right back to the pitcher. That was going to be right off the hands.
2 away. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Tegan England. First pitch she sees will be grounded to the right side, and that's going to squeeze through between first and second base into right field for a base hit as Kenzie Johnson will get it back on to the infield. But that'll be a South Central Bank Base hit there for Tegan England, and the first base runner of the day for the Lady Hornets. It brings up the cleanup here to the right fielder, Riley Froge.
If Chicali had one more inch, she'd have made that play.
It was one of those seeing eye singles, wasn't it?
She laid out for it. That's good to see. Good effort.
And the pitch to Froge will be fouled off to the right side. Froge last year a 182 hitter with 3 RBI. She's a junior. Profit has her pitch and delivers. And looked like a rise ball that time, and they'll try to pick-off throw down at first base by Lucy Richardson. It bounces in there and gets away, but not far enough for the runner England to try to take second base. It's one thing we saw a lot of last year. Lucy Richardson likes to try to throw in behind those runners at first base.
Yeah, she's got the confidence to throw it, that's for sure.
Now the 1-1. Change up here, hit back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So back-to-back singles for Metcalfe County, another South Central Bank base hit. And Metcalfe with runners at first and second, and 2 away.
Yeah, that probably a little bit too much of the plate there for an 0-2 count. She was able to put it right back up the middle.
Now the first baseman, Aubrey Phelps. She'll bat from the left side. Facing the right-handed throwing Memphis Prophet. And this fastball going to be hit down the left field line and just foul. Fortunately, it was foul because it was kind of in no man's land there for Lady Scotties.
That little triangle over there between third, short, and left field. Yeah, it was a foul by about 3 feet.
Yep. So 0-1 now to Phelps. She last year batted 135 with 4 RBI. That was as an 8th grader.
Softball's a sport where you see a lot of middle schoolers playing at the varsity level.
Yes, you do. And this pitch called right on the outside corner.
Yeah.
Strike 2.
So I was getting ready to say, real good spot on that pitch.
Prophet trying to get out of this deal here. She's got runners at first and second with 2 away. 0-2 count and a swing and a miss. And that'll be another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout. And Prophet does get out of the trouble. And so after 1 half inning of play, we are scoreless between Glasgow and Metcalfe County. And we'll come back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery, whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries. Our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Monticello Bank first opened its doors in 1895 as a single office in Monticello, Kentucky. Today, there are 21 MBC locations across the Commonwealth. From home loans to commercial lending, Monticello Bank offers a wide variety of convenient financial services and competitive rates from local people you know and trust. Visit them at 1434 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow and let them help make the financial side of your life a little easier. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joe Myers and Stephen Murphy back here with you at Glasgow High School's Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium. And Glasgow and Metcalfe County scoreless through a half inning of play. And the first 3 hitters going to be due up for the Lady Scotties here in the bottom of the first inning will be Ellery Haynes, Kinsey Johnson, and Emery Gardner. And we do want to make sure you are aware, if you're listening on the radio, we're certainly glad to have you along listening to us, but you do have the option to watch these games this year, again, on WCLU's YouTube channel. Just as we live streamed the football games and basketball games in those seasons, we're also going to try to do the same thing for all the baseball and softball games that we broadcast on the air. So you do have the option right now, if you're at home listening to us or at the office, wherever you may be listening, and if you've got a computer in front of you or even on your phone, you can pull up video of our ball game while our audio is along with that here. Again, that's on WCLU's YouTube channel, and I assume it's also on the Scottie channel on YouTube as well. And it is. Matthew Clark behind us here, our video producer extraordinaire, tells me yes, that is the case. So, all right, up for the Lady Scotties here in the bottom half of the SCRTC first inning, it'll be Ellery Haynes. She'll be facing Harper Hurt. Harper last year 2-11 with an 11.07 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 72 walks as the first pitch to Haynes misses upstairs. Harper threw 53 and 2/3 innings last year and made 14 starts. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Haynes lifts a fly ball to right field, and that is going to be caught on the run by Riley Froge out there for out number 1.
Yeah, headed pretty solid, just right at her out there in right field.
Bring up the right fielder, Kinsey Johnson. Kinsey last year as a junior hit .215 with 7 RBI. Pitch from Hertz is going to be fouled off. Johnson made contact with it, and then it bounced up and hit her while she was still in the batter's box, and that's a foul ball. Harper Hurt with the pitch. Change up, misses a bit low that time, maybe a bit inside as well, 1-1.
Looks like we have pretty good speed at the top of our lineup, too, with these top 2 hitters.
Now the 1-1 pitch, and that one misses inside. Yeah, Ellery and Kinsey both can get along the base paths pretty well. Here's a 2-1, and this one going to be grounded hard but fouled on the third base line.
Yeah, you love to see them hitting the ball on the ground and let their wheels run.
And leaving things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is a beautiful day for the home opener. It's a little bit breezy. We got a pretty stiff breeze blowing from left to right according to the flag out there in left field. 2-2 pitch is going to be hit in the air to left field. Could be trouble. And nope, it's going to be caught out there by Miranda Fields. For a moment there, I thought it was going to be over her head, but she made a good adjustment to the ball and made another running catch. So
I agree, Joe. I thought that was going to get down.
Yep. So ball hung up a little bit longer than Kinsey Johnson wanted it to, so she is retired for the second out of the inning, and that will bring up Emery Gardner here in the SCRTC first inning. 2 away. And that one in there for a called strike to Emery. And Gardner lifts this one foul down the left field line. Emery had a big season at the plate last year. She hit over 500. She was a .507 hitter with 19 RBI, and she tied for the team lead with 2 home runs on the season as well.
You know, as long as I've been around her, she's been a really good offensive player.
This pitch popped up into short left field, and it will be caught by the shortstop Bailey Cox, who drifts over there to make the catch behind third base. And so Lady Scotties go quietly here in the bottom of the first inning, and we are scoreless. Murph, what did that inning look like?
We had no runs on no hits and no one left on base.
So after one, we are scoreless. We're back with the top of the second inning after this 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Joe Myers, Stephen Murphy back here with you at Glasgow High School. We go to the top of the second inning. It is the HVAC Services second inning. And leading things off for Metcalfe County here in a scoreless game will be Kendall DeWeese. She'll be followed by Miranda Fields and Morgan Avery. They are the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the order. Memphis Prophet with her first pitch of the inning, and it's going to be fouled off. strike one. Metcalfe County, if you're just joining us, got a couple of hits in the top of the first, but left runner stranded at first and second base. Memphis Prophet got a couple of strikeouts in that first inning. And this ball going to be fouled off down the first base line. So Prophet again ahead in the count 0-2. That's one thing she has done, Murph, for the most part. She stayed ahead in the count, it seems like.
Absolutely. Thrown a lot of strikes. According to my record, she's only thrown one ball. I hope I haven't jinxed her.
I'm sure you haven't. 0-2 right now. Pitch on the way to DeWeese. And it's going to be grounded to Gardner at shortstop. She has it, and the throw across the diamond is there in time to Mullenkamp at first base. And there's one away to start the second inning, the HVAC Services second inning.
Nice job coming around that ball, getting a nice hop, and making a good throw over to first base on that play.
And that'll bring up the left fielder, Miranda Fields. Fields last year hit 133 with 6 RBIs as a freshman, and this pitch misses up and in for ball one.
Here, we're just talking about her controlling. As soon as I say something, she throws a ball.
You know, she's going to throw one every now and then.
Yeah.
So I don't think you were cause of that. Now the 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss that time.
You know how baseball and softball people are. They're probably some of the most superstitious people you'll be around.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. A 1-1 strike now. Prophet delivers. And another swing and a miss. 1-2.
You know, when you're around the plate like that, it keeps your defense on their toes, too, because they know that she's going to be around the plate and they're going to be swinging.
See if Prophet can get her third strikeout of the day here. And that one misses a little bit inside.
Good miss right there because it wasn't far off the plate.
Nope. Didn't get Fields to chase it, so now count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this one in the dirt, so we'll see our first payoff pitch of the day coming here on a full count from Memphis Prophets. Now the 3-2. And a swing and a miss, and that will be an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for out number 2 here in the second.
Already with 3 strikeouts on the day.
Now batting, Avery.
Here's Morgan Avery. Avery just an 8th grader. Last year hit 125 with 2 RBI. And goes after the rise ball there. Missed it, swung through it for strike one. And another swing and a miss here.
Had good success on that rise pitch so far today.
Has.
A lot of swing and misses on that.
So Prophet, again, up in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss. Actually, she fouled it off, and so that means Richardson, actually, I don't guess she fouled it off, did she? It was just in the dirt.
In the dirt, right.
It was in the dirt, so Richardson has to pick it up and throw to first base, which she does to complete the out. And that is another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout, and that will end the top half of the HVAC Services second inning.
And again, we had no runs on no hits and no one left on base.
And after 1.5, we are scoreless between Glasgow and Metcalfe County. We're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Hey, son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
Back here at Glasgow High School's Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium, Joe Myers and Stephen Murphy with you as we go to the bottom of the second inning, the HVAC Services second inning. And for the Lady Scotties, 4, 5, 6 hitters leading off, Micah Mullenkamp, Riley Strode, and Lucy Richardson. And the first pitch of the inning from Harper Hurt misses upstairs for ball 1. Michael last year was a .254 hitter with 12 RBI. And the changeup here from Hurt comes across high as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Micah still looking for her first hit of the season. She was 0 for 3 on Tuesday against Franklin Simpson. And a foul ball off the end of the bat here. 2-1 now. Pitch from Hurt. And a changeup, and Mullenkamp a bit out in front of it.
Yeah, she's come back after the pitcher has come back after being down 2 balls and no strikes to make 2 pretty good pitches and got 2 swings and misses.
And a fly ball to right center field, and making the catch will be the right fielder Riley Froge. High fly ball like that could be trouble sometime on a day like this, Murphy.
Yeah, that flag is still blowing that direction. So, yeah, it's an adventure, a fly ball to right center, right field today.
Yeah, flag is just about standing straight up in the air from left to right field. So with 1 down, that will bring up the third baseman, Riley Strode. And there for a called strike on her first pitch that she sees. And this one is low, so 1-1 now to Strode. And we are scoreless in the bottom of the HVAC Services second inning here. And his pitch misses upstairs, so 2-1.
Maybe we can change that scoreless right here this inning, this half inning.
Got to get some base runners. And the pitch in there for a called strike, even things up at 2-2. Harper Hurt certainly not an overpowering pitcher for Metcalfe County, but she's locating the ball pretty well. Here's a hard hit ball to left center field, and it's going to get over the head of the left fielder Miranda Fields. Strode rounding first on her way to second, and she's going to be in there with a stand-up double. And that will be a South Central Bank base hit for Riley Strode.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard right on the line, and anytime you're an outfielder and you get a line drive right at you, those are tough to handle.
Here's Lucy Richardson. Lucy, a good offensive year last year as well, hitting .405 as a junior. Had 20 RBI and 2 home runs, and the first pitch she saw was called a strike at the knees. Rise ball here from Hurt this time. Richardson able to lay off of it. Now the throw back to Hurt goes over her head, but it's backed up by Avery at second base, and she'll get it back to Hurt in the pitching circle. 1-1 on the way. Change up and ripped foul. Richardson just couldn't wait on that change up that time. Got out in front of it, but hit it hard.
Yeah, hit it hard right on the nose. Just when you're that far out in front, you're going to pull it over the third base dugout.
1-2 now to Lucy. Glasgow with the first base runner of the day out at second base. That's Riley Strode, and this pitch to Richardson misses up and away. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch misses upstairs, so a full count now to Lucy Richardson.
But worst, you'd still like to move that runner to third at worst.
Payoff pitch, and Richardson will pop it up foul. Is it going to stay in play? It does, and it'll be caught in foul territory by the catcher, Kelly Harper. 2 away. Strode obviously has to stay put at second base. So now it will be up to Ja'Kylie Green to try to bring Strode around. Ja'Kylie last year a .277 hitter with 11 RBIs, 2 home runs. Pitch in the dirt, but a good stop that time by the catcher Harper to keep Strode at second base. Ja'Kylie did have one of Glasgow's 5 hits against Franklin. She was 1 of 2 on Tuesday, had 1 RBI. And this pitch from Hurt misses up and away.
She's a freshman, right?
Ja'Kylie, yes,
okay,
she is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 2-0 pitch on the way, and that one misses upstairs, so 3-0 here to Green. And Hurt will come with a rise ball, which misses upstairs, so Green walks on 4 straight. Puts runners at first and second now. And that will bring up the Glasgow pitcher, Memphis Profits.
Got a chance to help herself right here.
Hurt with a pitch. Misses low. Memphis last year in limited at-bats hit .222 with 2 RBI. And this one in there for a called strike.
One good thing we've done this inning, we forced the pitcher there to make a lot of pitches this inning.
And why is that important, Murph?
Wear down.
This one misses upstairs. 2-1.
And as you go throughout the game, you're making more and more pitches, and it just finally wears on you.
Right. 2-1 pitch on the way. In there for a called strike. Now 2-2.
Because every batter this inning's had at least 2 balls.
Hurt trying to get out of trouble here. A 2-2 pitch on the way. And he misses upstairs, so that'll give the runners an opportunity to get started here on the pitch.
You get one in the gap here, you got a good chance to score 2 runs.
Payoff pitch on the way and called strike 3. Memphis just could not pull the trigger there. And a good job by Harper Hurt to get herself out of trouble, as that is an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout.
Well, after 2 complete innings right there. In that half inning, we had no runs. We had 1 hit, no errors, and there were 2 runners left on base.
So that ends the HVAC Services second inning. When we come back, we'll go to the top of the third. We are scoreless between Glasgow and Metcalfe County, back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile, and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
We go to the top half of the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning with Glasgow and Metcalfe County in a scoreless contest. And leading things off for Metcalfe County, Olivia Acree. She'll be followed by Kelly Harper and Harper Hurt, the 9-1 and 2 hitters. And here's a ground ball to the right side. A good stop that time by the Glasgow second baseman, Ja'Kylie Green. She had to play that off of a tough hop and able to make the play to first base for out number 1.
Yeah, that ball was hit very solidly, and it was a nice play to make that because it took a kind of a tricky hop there.
And now back to the top of the Metcalfe County order with Kelly Harper. Left-handed hitter. Profit with her first pitch of the at-bat, and the rise ball misses upstairs. Harper started to offer at it, but was able to hold back. 1-0.
She gave a good thought to it, that's for sure.
Harper showing bunt. See if she pulls back. I think she will. Ready to swing away, but she takes the ball up and away. Got to watch those left-handed hitters in softball. They like to drag, bunt, and use their speed to get to first base, don't they?
Slap, drag, bunt. Yes, they're going to do whatever because usually they run good.
And this one in there for a called strike for Memphis Prophet. 2-1 now to the Metcalfe County hitter, Kelly Harper. And this one right down Broadway for strike 2.
After getting down 2-0, she's battled back with 2 good pitches there. Now hopefully she can finish her off.
What'd Harper do her first time up, Merv?
She struck out her first time up.
Okay.
Struck out looking.
Now the 2-2. And strike 3 called, so 3 straight strikes from Memphis Prophet after falling behind on that 2-0 count. So a good job there by the sophomore pitcher.
Again, hit a good location because if she does put a bat on the ball, she's not going to hit that pitch very hard because it was down in the zone and maybe just a little bit off the plate, but close enough to be swinging.
It's an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout there for Prophet. And now we go to the number 2 hitter in the order, Harper Hurt, the Metcalfe County pitcher. And the first pitch she sees misses up and away. We're still scoreless here in the top of the third inning. Third inning brought to you by Elmore Realty and Auction. And a swing and a miss here.
And Memphis off to a good start with 5 strikeouts in just 2 2/3 innings.
One ball, 1 strike to count. Another swing and a miss. Harper struck out swinging her. Harper Hurt struck out swinging her first time up, right, Murph?
She struck out looking.
Oh, struck out looking. Yeah. Okay. Backwards K there.
Yeah.
I see it now. Pitch on the way, and that one's outside. Two balls, 2 strikes to Harper Hurt. Prophet toes the rubber. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout, and that ends the top half of the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning. Murph?
Again, very similar. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base in that half inning.
And after 2.5, we are still scoreless between Glasgow and Metcalfe County. We're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
Joe Myers, Stephen Murphy back here with you at Glasgow High School softball field, Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium. We are scoreless between Metcalfe County and Glasgow as we go to the bottom of the third inning, brought to you by Elmore Realty and Auction. And leading things off for the Lady Scotties will be Sydney Kuykendall, Ellery Haynes, and Kinsey Johnson, the 9-1 hitters. We want to go back for our HVAC Services instant replay back to the bottom of the second inning with the double that was hit that time by Riley Froge. It was a ball that was hit well over the head of the left fielder, Miranda Fields. And that is the only extra base hit of the day, only base hit of the day, I guess, for the Lady Scotties.
Yes.
Right, Murph?
We've had one hit and one walk.
So here is Harper Hertz. And this is going to be a base hit for Sydney Kuykendall between the third and short, I should say, into left field. So a leadoff single, and that is a South Central Bank base hit for Sydney.
You know, the game has been well played so far. Pitchers are throwing strikes. The defensive players are making plays, and the pitchers have been able to keep the hitters off stride just enough. That's only our second hit of the ball game.
Third base runner of the day for Glasgow, Ellery Haynes at the plate, and Kuykendall with her speed is going to swipe second base here on the pitch, which I believe was called a ball outside to Haynes.
That's what I got, Joe. Yep.
So Sydney Kuykendall with the stolen base, and Glasgow now with the runner in scoring position for the second time today. This one with nobody out. Haynes going to lay a bunt down the third base line, but it's going to go foul.
Had the right idea to try to get that down the third baseline, either to force the pitcher to get over or have the third baseman come get it, but it just rolled foul. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Ellery. Ellery was 1 for 3 on Tuesday in the season opener against Franklin Simpson. Had an RBI. And Haynes again shows bunt, but pulls back and takes the ball outside. Runner at second base, nobody out. You feel like you got to get that one in, don't you? Exactly, especially with no outs.
And this pitch misses upstairs, so it's now 3-1 to Haynes.
And you can tell Sydney runs pretty well. She stole that base pretty easily, so you think any kind of a hit to the outfield, you've got a good chance to score.
And this pitch misses upstairs, and that's ball 4, is it not?
That's what I have. Yeah, there we go.
Ellery Haynes just didn't realize it. The umpire didn't tell her there for a few seconds.
I'm like,
I thought it was ball 4.
Usually they're a little more adamant. The umpires are when it's ball 4, but he wasn't saying anything. I guess he was thinking, well, maybe I am wrong.
He was questioning himself. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Kinsey Johnson.
Flew out to left fielder first time.
Harper Hurt with her first pitch of this at bat, and it's a pitch that misses low. Sydney Kuykendall on at second base. Ellery Haynes at first here in the bottom of the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning. Johnson shows bunt, pulls back, and takes the ball outside. Both of the runners take off, and it'll be 2 stolen bases as Kuykendall goes to third and Haynes to second.
Good idea there. You show bunt, try to move the defenders, and then they take the base right there. And again, you feel like you got a really good chance to score here with 2 in scoring position with no outs.
And a 2-ball, no strike count to Johnson, I believe, if I've gotten those correct. And this one going to be fouled off as it bounced up and hit Kinsey while she was still in the box. Two-one. Misses upstairs, and it goes to 3-1 now. Terrific hitter waiting on deck in Emery Gardner.
You just get her on base here. Like the hitter coming up with the bases loaded with Emery.
And Johnson will earn the walk as that's ball 4, misses low one away. Or low one inside, I should say.
That's twice this inning the hitter said ball 4 and didn't realize it.
In their defense, we do not have a scoreboard today, so they can't look up at the scoreboard and see how many balls there are. But
that's a good point. You don't realize how much you need that scoreboard until it doesn't work.
You don't have it. Yeah. All right, here is the aforementioned Emery Gardner as she will come to the plate with the bases juiced. Nobody out. And a strike in there from Hurt to start the at-bat.
This is the girl you'd like at the plate in this situation. Bases loaded, no outs.
Emery waiting on the 0-1, and that one misses upstairs. Looked like a rise ball that time from Hurt.
Good discipline to lay off that pitch.
And this pitch misses upstairs as well. 2-1.
Basically looked like the same pitch in the same spot.
Bases loaded with the Lady Scotties here. 2-1 on the way, and that one's up and in. So it's 3-1. So Hurt is a ball away from walking a run in here.
But definitely hitters count here. I hit 3-1. Can be real picky.
And the pitch. And Gardner swings through it. So now the count will go full. Payoff pitch is popped up on the infield. That'll be an infield fly. It's going to be caught by Harper Hurt. 1 away. And that will bring up the first baseman, Micah Mullenkamp.
Now batting, Micah.
Tough luck right there. Felt like she got a pretty good pitch, just a little out in front.
Again, the base is loaded. 1 away here for Micah. And here's a hard ground ball, and that's going to be knocked down by the shortstop, but she will not have a play. Good job, though, by Bailey Cox to keep the ball on the infield because she kept it to 1 run for Glasgow instead of what would have been 2 for sure. But Glasgow takes the first lead of the day here on that infield single, a South Central Bank base hit for Micah Mullenkamp. She gets the RBI as well, and that'll bring up Riley Strode, who had a big double her first time up.
It was a hard hit ball that she had her first time up, and again, we hit that ball on the ground pretty solid, and it makes it tough on the defense.
And here's a ground ball to the left side, going to be scooped up by the shortstop Cox, and she's not going to have a play. The third baseman, Acree, went far to her left to try to field it. When she didn't get to it, Cox had it, but then there was nobody to cover the bag at third, so that'll be another base hit. No other way to score it. That's a South Central Bank base hit for Riley Strode, her second of the day, and now 2 runs in for Glasgow. Gives Strode the RBI, and that will bring up the catcher, Lucy Richardson.
I think the shortstop, had she run onto the bag, I think she could have beaten the runner to the bag, but thought the pitcher was there and tossed it, and she wasn't there yet.
Base is still loaded with 1 away. And the pitch to Richardson gets away, but pretty short backstop here at Rigdon-Kaiser Field. Now the throw back to the pitcher gets through her legs, and that's going to bring in Kenzie Johnson for third base. So that'll be an error on the catcher. A bad throw back that time. And Glasgow now up 3-0. Runners at first and second, 1 away.
Good heads-up play by a runner at third base there to see that ball kick away from the pitcher and score an easy run right there.
So 1 ball, no strike count to Lucy Richardson. Taking a moment here for the Metcalfe County catcher Kelly Harper to tie her shoe. Our next spring sports broadcast coming at you on Monday, when the Lady Scotties will be back here at home, and then our first baseball game on Tuesday over there at Richardson Stadium, Sam Royce Field. And Glasgow will host Greenwood in baseball for a 6 o'clock start.
That'll be a tough opponent. Greenwood's always got a good ball club.
And the pitch called a strike here to Lucy Richardson. 1-1, right, Murph?
Right.
Thank you, sir.
1-1.
And here's a fly ball to center field. DeWeese coming in on it, and she will make the catch. Runners have to stay put at first and second. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning. Glasgow on top by a score of 3-0. That'll bring up the second baseman, Jakiley Green.
She walked her last time up.
Jakiley last year at 277 as an 8th grader. And the rise ball from Hurt gets away, and that'll move both runners up a bag. So now a base hit by Green may bring in 2. Mullenkamp over to third. Strode to second.
Always talking about timely hitting, and here you've got 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. That'd be a good time for a timely hit.
Pitch from Hurt, and Green will hit a ball that's just foul. Boy, that was really close.
I don't mean to be critical, but that ball looked like it hit the bag, so that's a fair
ball.
ball.
I thought so, too. I thought it was a fair ball myself from where we sit here in the press box, but Glasgow head coach Katie Arbeck not putting up really any argument, so. Here's the pitch, and that misses inside as Green backs up out of the way of it. Puts the count at, what, one ball, two balls, and
2 and 1, yeah.
2 and 1, okay. And this one popped up. I think it's going to get out of play. No, it does not. Actually stays in play. The catch made right up against the netting there by the third baseman, Olivia Acree. So that will end the inning here for Glasgow, but a big inning for the Lady Scotties as we give Murph a chance to add all this up here. Glasgow now with a 3-0 lead over the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets.
All right, that inning we were able to get 3 runs on 3 hits with 1 error and 2 runners left on base.
And after 3 completes, it is Glasgow 3, Metcalfe County nothing. We're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
If you already have internet through SCRTC, there's a pretty good chance your speed just went up, maybe even paying less. And if you don't, check on fiber optic with SCRTC in your area because 500 meg is now only $70. That's 500 down and upload. And if you want more speed, SCRTC got it, up to 5 gig of it. Make the switch right now at scrtc.com and we'll do the install free. This won't last forever. With unmatched customer support, SCRTC, your best and last internet provider.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Joe Meyer, Stephen Murphy back here with you at Glasgow High School. We go to the top of the 4th inning that's brought to you by Garcia's Grill. It's Glasgow 3, Metcalfe County nothing, and leading things off for the Lady Hornets will be the 3-4-5 hitters, Tegan England, Riley Froge, and Aubrey Phelps. Memphis Prophet back out there in the pitching circle for the Lady Scotties. And her first pitch is a bit low for ball 1. Take a look at an HVAC Services instant replay for you when Glasgow was able to score that run on the throwing error by the catcher back to the pitcher. I believe that was the Lady Scotties' 3rd run of the inning.
Yes.
Here's the pitch from Memphis Prophet, and this grounded down the first base line. It'll be scooped up by Micah Mullenkamp, no problem. Steps right on the bag, and there is 1 away.
You look at that play and you think, nice little easy play, but that ball's got a ton of spin on it. And I've seen a lot of balls like that get hopped right over the first baseman's glove, so she did a nice job making that play.
Here is the right fielder, Riley Froge, the cleanup hitter for the Lady Hornets. And this pitch bounces in from Memphis. It slipped out of her hand a bit there on the fastball.
Had that umpire running, didn't it?
It did. Can't say as I blame you.
No. Even though you got that gear on, it still hurts.
It's just natural reaction.
Yes.
Try to get out of the way. Here's the 1-0. And this is a foul ball down the right, down the first base line, I should say. What's Froge's day look like so far here, Murph?
She's 1 for, let's see, Froge. She's 1 for 1, had a single back up the middle back in the 1st inning.
1-1 pitch from Prophet. And it's going to be fouled back. 1-2. Metcalfe County has, 2 hits on the day?
2 hits. And Froge has one of them. England has the other.
One-two pitch is grounded to third base. Strode up with it, and she'll make the play to first base. It's a really good play that time by Riley Strode. That ball was a slow roller down the third base line, and Riley able to get in there and make the play.
That was a nice play. It wasn't hit hard at all. The third baseman had to come get it and get rid of it quick, and she was able to do that.
So with 2 away, that will bring up Aubrey Phelps. We are here in the top of the 4th inning, brought to you by Garcia's Grill. It's 3-0 lead for the Lady Scotties. First pitch to Phelps, misses outside.
She struck out her first time up.
Here's the 1-0, and that one bounces in. 2 balls and no strikes. Memphis is not falling behind too many hitters today, so
it's only the second or maybe third time.
That's what I thought. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be fouled off the end of the bat this time by Phelps. One and 2 to the freshman first baseman for the Lady Hornets. And this pitch fouled off. Will it stay in play? It does, but didn't hang up in the air long enough for Riley Strode to get there from third base. So it'll harmlessly fall to the ground for strike 2.
Yeah, it just wasn't hit hard enough to come get that one.
Two and 2 to Phelps on the way. And that one in the dirt, so the count will go full. Memphis with the payoff pitch, and it's going to be fouled off. Has Memphis walked anybody today so far?
No.
I didn't think
no
he
walks today. Hope she can get this hitter right here. Keep that streak alive.
If she walks Phelps, I guess I have to take the blame on this one since I brought it up.
That's one thing about when you watch a broadcast on anything, when they say something hadn't happened, it happens the very next thing.
Yep. And the payoff pitch, and another foul ball down the left field side.
Phelps having a nice at bat, fouled off 3 or 4 pitches here.
The count still full at 3 and 2. We've got 1 away here in the top of the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. Glasgow in front 3-0 over Metcalfe County. Home opener today here for the Lady Scottie softball team.
It's a good crowd for the home opener too.
It is. Another payoff pitch. And a ground ball and another foul ball as this one goes foul down the third base line.
Memphis is trying to get her on the outside part of the plate, and Phelps doing a nice job fouling them off here to the left side.
So yet again, we'll get a 3-2 pitch. Profit winds and delivers. And that one slips out of her hand. Tried to go with a changeup that time and hung on to it a bit too long. And so, again, I'll take the blame for Memphis Profit's first walk of the day.
Yeah, that was the changeup. You can see the back of her hand, just hit, like you said, she just held on a little too long.
So with 1 away, that'll bring up Kendall DeWeese, for Metcalfe County, the number 6 hitter in the order. And this will be a foul ball out of play to the right field side. On to the Scottie football practice field over there.
as long as your pitcher can limit to a walk or maybe 2 in a ball game, you're doing pretty good.
The 0-1 on the way. And the rise ball misses well upstairs. Good job by the catcher, Richardson, to go up there and grab that one.
Yeah, reaction time had to be quick on that one.
Did. Count even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. And a little pop-up on the infield. It'll be caught by Memphis Prophet to end the top of the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. So Metcalfe County will leave a runner stranded on the base paths here.
There in the top of the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base.
And after 3.5 complete, we go to the bottom of the 4th after this timeout. It is a 3-0 Glasgow lead over Metcalfe County. We're back after a 1-minute break here on WCLU Sports.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery, whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries. Our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Monticello Bank first opened its doors in 1895 as a single office in Monticello, Kentucky. Today, there are 21 MBC locations across the Commonwealth. From home loans to commercial lending, Monticello Bank offers a wide variety of convenient financial services and competitive rates from local people you know and trust. Visit them at 1434 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow and let them help make the financial side of your life a little easier. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joe Meyer, Stephen Murphy back here with you at Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium as we go to the bottom of the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. It is Glasgow leading the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets 3-0 here in high school softball. And for the Lady Scotties, it will be Memphis Prophet, I believe, to lead things off. It will be Memphis, and then she'll be followed by Sydney Kuykendall and Ellery Haynes. They are the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Glasgow order.
Struck out looking her first time up.
Harper Hurt still out there in the pitching circle for Glasgow, and her first pitch misses for ball 1. Lady Scotties got all 3 of their runs in the 3rd inning, and now Prophet will be hit by this pitch. She earns the free pass down to first base the hard way.
Get their courtesy runner out there.
And let's see if we can pick up the number here.
45.
That is 15,
15,
I believe,
sorry,
isn't it?
yes.
Yep, so 15, that's going to be Danica Stevens running at first base for Memphis Prophet. Again, it's a courtesy runner, as Merv said, since Prophet is the pitcher. You can courtesy run for the pitcher and catcher as much as you want to, and they can re-enter.
Just trying to speed the game up a little bit. I don't think you'll ever see at the high school level the pitch clock like they have in college now. I think it'd be just a little bit too much of an expense for most of these high schools to put one of those in each ballpark.
Plus, it's another volunteer you got to have to keep something in the press box.
Yes.
You know?
They've got 20 seconds to get it pitched. It keeps the games moving. I think
it does, yeah.
And, in the Major League Baseball, they do it, too. And I think it took like 30 or 40 minutes off of the average time of games last year.
Got to be honest with you, I'm a fan of it. I like it.
At this day and age, people's attention span isn't what it used to be, so it really helps out. I mean, a lot of games are over in 2 hours and a half, 2 hours, 35 minutes.
Yep. We've got a discussion going on here between Glasgow head coach Katie Arbeck and our home plate umpire. I'm not sure what this could be about, but
I didn't see anything happen.
I didn't either. I mean, obviously Katie had to report, Stevens as the courtesy runner,
right.
but this is a longer conversation than that would have taken, I think. So, not sure what
Usually,
they're talking about.
A very routine thing when you have a courtesy runner for your pitcher. So,
yeah.
And she's not been in the ballgame for any other reason.
Nope. Well, whatever the conversation was about, it's over now. Here comes Sydney Kuykendall for the Lady Scotties with a runner at first base and nobody out here in the bottom of the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. And here's a hard hit ball to the left center field. That'll be a South Central Bank base hit for Kuykendall. She's rounding first on her way to second. Stevens, meanwhile, rounding third on her way in to score. And now the throw on the infield gets away. Kuykendall going to try to take third, and she slides under the tag.
That was the right call. I mean, she did get under the tag there.
The ball beat her there, but Sydney with a good slide got underneath the tag, and so it's a double for Kuykendall. And then on the error, she takes third base. She gets the RBI with Stevens coming in to score to make it 4-0 Lady Scotties.
Some heads-up base running there, and Sydney's been on base twice today. She's 2 for 2, a single, and then that double right there.
Here's the top of the order with Ellery Haynes coming to the plate.
Ellery flew out to left her first time up and walked her second time up.
First pitch to her misses upstairs. And this one off the plate outside, maybe a bit low as well. 2-0 now to Ellery. And here's a ground ball to the right side, and it's going to be scooped up by the second baseman, Avery. She'll go to first for the out, but that's just the first out of the inning, and it brings Kuykendall in to score from third base. It's now 5-0 Lady Scotties.
A successful at bat because you drove in a run right there.
Now batting, Kinsey Johnson.
Kinsey Johnson coming to the plate for the Lady Scotties with the bases empty now and one away. This pitch is low for ball one.
Kinsey flew out to left her first time and walked her second time up.
Going to take a look at Sydney Kuykendall's double out to left center field with our HVAC instant replay. Well hit ball that time by Sydney. As Murph said, she's 2 for 2 on the day. This pitch to Kinsey Johnson misses for ball two. A 2-0 and a swing and a miss. It would look like maybe a changeup that time from Hurt.
Definitely took a little bit something off that pitch. Had Kinsey out in front.
Hurt with the pitch. That one misses. 3-1. Hurt toes the rubber and the pitch. And that one misses inside, so Johnson will draw the walk with one away here in the Garcia's Grill fourth inning.
Emery is 0 for 2. She popped out to the shortstop and popped out to the pitcher.
Now batting, Emery Gardner.
Emery Gardner coming to the plate here. Johnson on at first. First pitch she sees is in there for a called strike. Gardner actually showed bunt, pulled back, and took the strike. I think more or less she was just trying to create a distraction as Kinsey Johnson steals second base.
I agree, Joe. I think that was all for distraction to help the runner get to second base.
So a stolen base for Kinsey. And another runner in scoring position for the Lady Scotties with one away. And this pitch misses upstairs. This one up and away to Emery.
With Emery being 0 for 2 today, you know she's very capable of hitting one off the wall or in a gap right here.
2-1 is popped up foul and out of play. And this one in the dirt, and it's going to get away from Harper behind the plate, and that will allow Johnson to move to third on the wild pitch.
You can tell Emery's trying to make adjustments. She's in the very front of the box, and her toes are on the line, the chalk line on the inside of the box.
Three balls and a strike to Emery. Pitch on the way. And it's a pop-up on the infield. It'll be caught by the shortstop, Bailey Cox. So Johnson stays put at third base, and they're now 2 down. Brings up the Glasgow cleanup hitter, Micah Mullenkamp.
Micah's 1 for 2 on the day. Her first time up, she flew out to right. She singled to left her second time up.
And the first pitch misses inside. Kenzie Johnson 60 feet away down there at third base. Glasgow right now on top 5-0 over Metcalfe County in the Garcia's Grill bottom of the fourth inning. And that one a strike. Micah last year a .254 hitter. The 1-1 misses low and in the dirt. Harper able to keep it in front of her, so Johnson stays at third. Harper hurt with a pitch. And that's a strike on the inside corner. This umpire is pretty consistently given that inside pitch, hasn't he, Murray?
He has. The pitchers have used it a lot.
And a swing and a miss by Mullenkamp. And she could have run down to first base, but chooses not to. Ball was in the dirt that time, and so that will be the third out, and that goes down as a Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout there for Metcalfe County's Harper Hurt, and that will end the Garcia's Grill fourth inning.
The umpire even gave the safe sign.
Yep, he did.
All right. That inning we had 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error that inning, and 1 left on base.
We've completed 4 innings. Glasgow 5, Metcalfe County nothing. We're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
We go to the Walbert Trucking 5th inning here at Glasgow High School with Glasgow on top of the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets 5-0 in the home opening softball game for the Lady Scotties here today. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Metcalfe County, Miranda Fields, Morgan Avery, and Olivia Acree. Memphis Prophet with her first pitch of this inning in there for a swing and a miss. I guess that was a swing and a miss there for Fields. Sorry, I misspoke.
Miss Fields struck out her first time up.
Here's the 0-1. And that one misses low and away, even things up at a ball and a strike. Prophet with the 1-1 delivery. And a swing and a miss as Fields was way late on that pitch.
Just basically threw it right by her.
She did. Fields a sophomore. Last year at 133. And a swing and a miss here, and that is strike 3, and that is Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Memphis Prophet. What's she up to now as far as strikeouts, Murray?
That was her 7th strikeout on the evening.
And bring up the second baseman, Morgan Avery. Swing and a miss. It would appear to be a rise ball that time for Memphis.
Again, Memphis doing a good job getting ahead of these Metcalfe County hitters.
There's a ground ball and stopped by Gardner at shortstop, and she'll make the throw across the diamond to Mullenkamp for out number 2. We're used to seeing Emery at third base, at least last year. That's what she played, but she's playing shortstop here today and done a good job so far.
I think that's, let's see, that was her second assist on the afternoon.
Here is the third baseman, Olivia Acree, for the Lady Hornets here in the Walbert Trucking 5th inning. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. And Acree out in front of that pitch, a changeup from Profit. Had her fooled that time. It's 0-2.
That was a really nice pitch. I mean, it comes out of her hand, looked like a fastball, and you could tell she took something off of it because she was way out in front.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Memphis so far. She, like I said, didn't throw a whole lot of innings last year. I think it was around 22 innings or so. And a swing and a miss here, and that is another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout to put an end to the Walbert Trucking top of the 5th inning. Murph?
Yeah, Memphis is really, her confidence ought to be really building today. She's been effective getting ahead, but in that top of the 5th, we had no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base.
It's still Glasgow 5, Metcalfe County nothing. We'll come back for the bottom of the 5th after this 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Hey, son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
Riley Strode, Lucy Richardson, and Jakiley Green, the first 3 hitters due up for Glasgow here in the Walbert Trucking bottom of the 5th inning. And the first pitch of the inning from Harper Hurt misses low and inside.
Riley is 2 for 2 on the evening. She doubled to left and singled to left, her 2 plate appearances.
The 1-0 pitch from Hurt. Change up, misses low. Lady Scotties do have a home game again tomorrow, weather permitting, of course. We're supposed to get quite a bit of rain overnight, so we'll see if that happens. But they're supposed to play Logan County here tomorrow. And this pitch from Hurt misses upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Our next broadcast for softball will be on Monday when Glasgow hosts Monroe County. I believe I saw that was a 5:30 start. Well, let's see. That's Metcalfe County's schedule. Yep, will be a 5:30 start on Monday, and Strode takes the ball low, so she walks on 4 straight to start the bottom of the 5th.
Good start to the inning right there. Good eye, 4 straight pitches.
So our broadcast on Monday with pregame coverage will begin right around 5:15, 5:20. We never know exactly what time we're going to come on for spring sports because since there's not a pregame clock, we sometimes start 5 or 10 minutes early or 5 or 10 minutes late. Sometimes it's on time.
Exactly.
And this pitch to Lucy Richardson misses upstairs for ball 1.
Lucy is 0 for 2. She popped up to the catcher in the 2nd inning and flew out to center in the 3rd inning.
And this one upstairs as well. So 6 straight balls from Harper Hurt to start this 5th inning. And a swing and a miss, or excuse me, a swing and a foul ball off the bat of Richardson for strike 1.
She had a good cut on that 2-0 count because she fouled it straight back.
Lucy had a good year last year, hitting .405. Pitch here is a strike at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Glasgow leading 5-0 over Metcalfe County here in the Walbert Trucking bottom of the 5th inning. Here's a hard-hit ground ball at the shortstop, Cox. She has it. She'll go to second base for the out there. The throw to first, not in time. So Strode out at second for the first out of the inning. And with Richardson on at first base, that will bring up the Glasgow second baseman, Jacali Green.
Jacali is 0 for 1 in the ball game. She walked in the second and popped out to the third baseman in the third.
Hurt with the pitch and ripped, but fouled down the third base line there.
She hit that one solid. I wish it had stayed about 3 feet to the right.
Maybe about as hard of a hit ball as we've seen all day,
yes.
But it just went foul that time. Oh, 0-1 to Jacali. Freshman second baseman for Glasgow. And a swing and a miss at the changeup here. Richardson able to take second base on the pitch, so a stolen base there for her. I think that's the, 4th stolen base of the day for Glasgow, Mark? Is that right?
Yes.
And Green goes after a pitch way up in her eyes, hits a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught for out number 2. Jacali just couldn't lay off of it, but that was literally up in her eyes, right around her forehead that time. I really don't know how she hit it.
I see hitters do that quite often, and you're either going to swing under it or pop it up there.
Yeah.
It's hard to hit that pitch solidly.
Here's Memphis Prophet with 2 away, trying to help her own cause here with a runner at second base. The pitch from Hurt misses high. That's Lucy Richardson out there at second. She reached on a fielder's choice. 1-0 pitch to Prophet on the way. And a swing and a miss in the dirt. Richardson going to take third base. I think she was headed that direction anyway, but then when the ball got away, she was easily able to get third base.
Heads up base running there. Memphis is 0 for 1 on the evening. Struck out in the second and got hit by a pitch in the 4th.
The pitch from Hurt. And Prophet hits it back up the middle. One hopper to Cox at shortstop. She'll go to first base for the out. So Glasgow will strand the runner at third base, and we'll go to the 6th on the other side of this break. Murph?
No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base that half inning.
And we have completed the Walbert Trucking 5th inning, so we're through 5. Glasgow leads 5-0 over Metcalfe County. We're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
Joe Myers and Stephen Murphy back here with you at Glasgow High School as we go to the top of the 6th inning, brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. And Glasgow leads Metcalfe County by a score of 5-0. While we have a moment here, we're going to take a look at an HVAC Services instant replay. Memphis Prophet with 8 strikeouts on the day. We're going to let you take a look at one of those, her 7th of the 8. It's been an outstanding day for the sophomore pitcher. Top of the order here for Metcalfe County. It'll be Kelly Harper, Harper Hurt, and Tegan England.
Harper is 0 for 2 on the evening, grounded out to second base and struck out.
Memphis Prophet with her first pitch of this inning in there for a strike right on the outside half.
Again, one of the things she's done well today is she's gotten ahead of hitters.
That is one thing she quite honestly struggled with at times last year in her limited pitching innings that she had. Had trouble with walks, but that has not been the case today. Here's a ground ball to the left side. Strode has it at third base, and she'll go to first for out number one.
Took a tough hop there on her and kind of handcuffed her, but she was able to hold on to it and throw her out.
Now the pitcher, Harper Hurt.
Harper struck out looking in the first and struck out swinging in the third.
Prophet with a pitch and a swing and a miss. It went up in her eyes that time by Hurt.
I think she's only gotten behind maybe two times today. I'd have to go back and look just to make sure.
The 0-1 from Memphis Prophet. That one's a little bit low. Yeah, 8 total strikeouts on the day for Memphis Prophet and just the 1 walk.
That'll keep you in most ball games when you can be that effective.
Pitch in there for a called strike. 1-2 now to Harper Hurt. Pitch and a swing and a miss, and that will be an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Memphis Prophet, her 9th of the afternoon. Here's the designated player, Tagan England.
She's 1 for 2 on the day. She singled to right and grounded out to the first baseman in the 4th.
And the first pitch to England misses inside.
Again, when she does miss, most of these pitches aren't missing by much.
Richardson taking a long look over the dugout to get the pitch that the coaching staff wants thrown here. Now we're set to go. Prophet has that pitch, and it's on the way. And just a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 is upstairs with the rise ball. It's 3-0.
See if we can come all the way back and get her here.
Your Prophet has just the 1 walk on the day. And hit back up the middle, knocked down by Prophet. Can she get to it and make the play? She cannot. Just tough luck that time. It has to be an infield hit there, so that will be a Sasser Bank base hit for Tagan England. And with 2 away and a runner at first base, here's the cleanup hitter for Metcalfe County, Riley Froge.
Little surprise there, down 5 runs, swinging on a 3-0 count.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And the first pitch from Prophet swung on and missed for strike 1. Richardson with a throw down to first base, but England back in there safely.
Froge is 1 for 2 on the evening. She singled to center in the first and grounded out to the third baseman in the 4th.
The 0-1 pitch. And another swing and a miss as Froge is behind that pitch. It'll be 0-2. Prophet looking for number 10 strikeout of the day if she can get this one. And a foul ball. That was up and in, but Froge fought it off somehow.
I don't see how she hit that one
either.
or fouled it off.
So another 0-2 pitch on the way from Memphis Prophet. And it's a fly ball to right field. Kenzie Johnson coming on it. She'll make the catch, and that will be out number 3, and that will end the top of the Kentucky Farm Bureau 6th inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th on the other side of this break. Murph, what you got?
Alrighty. No runs that inning on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base.
It is Glasgow 5, Metcalfe County nothing. We're back for the bottom of the 6th after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Want to slash your cable bill? Save over $20 a month with MyStream TV from SCRTC. The savings alternative with the same great channel lineup you've always been accustomed to. Packages as low as $85 even include internet, at least 200 meg. This is a no-brainer. No more cable boxes, just an app. And you even get an extra stream. Wait till we show you catch-up TV. Compare your current service to the new MyStream TV from SCRTC. 678-2111. Call and save today.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Sydney Kuykendall to lead things off for Glasgow in the bottom of the Kentucky Farm Bureau's 6th inning. Also, Ellery Haynes and Kinsey Johnson due up in this half inning. They are the 9-1-2 hitters. And Kuykendall with a foul tip on the first pitch she sees. Sydney's had a good day so far, Murph.
Yes, she has. She's 2 for 2. She doubled in the third, and she singled in the third and doubled in the fourth and has scored 2 runs.
Harper Hurt delivers the 0-1. And the changeup stays high. And this pitch misses low and inside. It's 2 balls and a strike now to the Glasgow left fielder. Kuykendall with a pop-up on the infield. It's going to be dropped by the first baseman, Phelps, and Kuykendall will reach on the error.
Tough play right there. But Lady Scotties have a runner on, though.
The leadoff runner there, Kuykendall at first base, and that will bring up Ellery Haynes. We go back to the top of the order for Glasgow.
Ellery is 0 for 2, flied out to right, walked, and grounded out to second base.
Ellery shows bunt as Kuykendall takes off for second base. The throw down is late. It'll be another stolen base for Kuykendall, the 5th for Glasgow as a team today.
It's either her second or third stolen base of the day. I can't read my writing. It is her third stolen base of the day.
I knew she had at least 2, but I wasn't sure she had more than that. Haynes will lay a bunt down this time, but it goes foul. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Ellery. You want to take a look at that HVAC Services instant replay, Matthew, back in the top of the 6th inning when Riley Strode had one of her putouts on the day, or assists on the day from third base. And this pitch misses low here to Ellery Haynes. 2 balls and a strike to the senior center fielder. Low and away here from Hurt, and it's 3-1. Hurt toes the rubber, winds and delivers. And that one misses upstairs. And I think that's ball 4 to Ellery.
That's what I have.
And again, she's not aware of it. And now she'll head down to first base.
3 or 4 times that's happened today.
Yeah. Again, if you're just joining us, the scoreboard here is not working, so that's you'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But so that'll bring up the right fielder, Kinsey Johnson.
Kinsey is 0 for 1. She flew out to left in the first and walked in the third, walked in the fourth.
Runners at first and second, nobody out as she comes to the plate. And this pitch from Hurt misses for ball one. Fastball from Hurt going to be fouled back to the netting here behind home plate. Lady Scotties looking to move to 1-1 in this young season if they can hang on for this victory here. They lead 5-0. We're in the bottom of the sixth. And this pitch misses. 2-1 now to Kenzie Johnson. Hurt delivers. And this one's low.
This Hurt may be getting a little tired out there.
Yeah, starting to look like it, to be honest with you. Here's a ball hit back up middle. That'll be a Sasser Bank base hit, and it's going to get by the center fielder. DeWeese going to roll all the way to the fence. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Kuykendall comes in. Haynes comes in, and they're going to hold Kenzie Johnson at third base. Boy, Kenzie had thoughts of making the big turnaround third and heading home, but Katie Arbeck there held her at third base. No need to take a chance and make the first out of the inning at home plate.
No, especially...
Now a 7-0 lead for the Lady Scotties. Here's Emery Gardner at the plate. First pitch she sees is a called strike.
Emery is 0 for 3 on the evening. She popped up to third in the first, popped up to the pitcher in the third, and popped up to the shortstop in the fourth.
As good of a hitter as she is due.
She is very due.
The 0-1 misses upstairs.
Sometimes you get a good hitter like this and pitcher's not throwing overly hard. You just get a little anxious. You get out in front and pop the ball up some.
1-1 is popped up on the infield in foul territory, but it'll be called. Oh, no, dropped.
So she got a break here.
She did. Just got a little popped out of the glove that time of Akery. It was in there for just a moment, but she didn't hang on to it long enough to record the out. So 1-2 to Gardner. See if she can make that mistake hurt. Now the pitch. Gardner hits a fly ball to left field. Again, going to go foul. It'll drop. Nobody could get to it. Emery's been making contact all day, but just hadn't been able to hit one real squarely.
Now she's gotten some good pitches, just getting under everything.
And that one misses upstairs to even the count at 2-2. Glasgow with a 7-0 lead. We're in the bottom half of the Kentucky Farm Bureau's 6th inning. Kenzie Johnson 60 feet away down at third base. And this one in the dirt. The count will go full now.
One of those situations where you'd really like to finish it off right here this inning because you never know what can happen.
Lady Scotties need 3 more runs to make that happen. And Gardner will draw the walk. So runners on the corners now with nobody out. And what would be the game-running run coming to the plate in the form of Micah Mullenkamp.
There was one year we were playing Russell County, and we were up 9, and in the bottom of the 5th inning, and had runners on and didn't score and ended up going to extra innings and winning by like 1 run. So
softball and baseball are funny games.
They are.
Some crazy things happen in these games. Mullenkamp squares to bunt, and she'll pull back and take, I think, what was called a strike.
It was.
Gardner ends up taking second base.
Micah is 1 for 3 on the evening. Flew out to right in the second, singled to left in the third, and struck out in the fourth.
So now 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. The 0-1 is a soft roller back to the pitcher, Hurt, and she throws to first, and it gets away. Johnson coming in to score. Gardner also coming in to score, and it's now 9-0 Lady Scotties. Harper Hurt or should have just come home right there, because Johnson had broken home, and she may have had a play there at the plate.
She definitely had a play there.
But instinct took over, and she went to first base and made a bad throw. So on the throwing error, Mullenkamp will reach first and then go on to second base. And here's Riley Strode, and now Mullenkamp, who would be the 10th run of the day for Glasgow in scoring position. If she comes around to score, this game will be over.
Let's see. Riley is 2 for 2 on the day. She's doubled to left center in the second, singled to left in the third, and was walked in the fifth.
First pitch missed up and away, so here's the 1-0. It's a hard-hit ball back up the middle, and this should end the ball game. Is this going to get by for a double? And here comes Micah Mullenkamp, and that is the 10th run, and that will end this ball game early as we go off the 10-run rule. Glasgow wins it 10-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Lady Scotties will go to 1-1 on the season with this victory. Metcalfe County starts their season with a loss, so they fall to 0-1. Murph, what do you got in that inning there?
That inning we had 5 runs on 2 hits, and there was 1 error.
So we'll come back in a moment and take a look at our Garcia's Grill sizzling stats as part of the Don Franklin Auto postgame show. We'll also look at our Hardee's play of the game, and we'll tell you about our SCRTC player of the game as well. Again, Glasgow a 10-0 winner in 6 innings over the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets here at Glasgow High School. We are back after a 5-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sautéed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Hey, son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile, and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant. South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
If you already have internet through SCRTC, there's a pretty good chance your speed just went up, maybe even paying less. And if you don't, check on fiber optic with SCRTC in your area because 500 meg is now only $70. That's 500 down and upload. And if you want more speed, SCRTC got it, up to 5 gig of it. Make the switch right now at scrtc.com and we'll do the install free. This won't last forever. With unmatched customer support, SCRTC, your best and last internet provider.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
And now the Don Franklin Auto postgame show on WCLU. Brought to you by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers.
And now taking the field,
here's Joe Myers.
Welcome back here to Glasgow High School's Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium, where the Glasgow Lady Scotties pick up their first win of the season in their home opener as Glasgow defeats Metcalfe County in 6 innings by a final score of 10-0. And Glasgow now 1-1 on the year. Metcalfe County have played their opening game here today, so they're 0-1 on the season. While we have just a minute, let's give you our sponsors here for Spring Sports. We certainly want to give these folks their due and appreciate them sponsoring Glasgow Spring Sports for us here on the radio and on our live stream. They are Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, HVAC Services, Garcia's Grill, South Central Bank, McDonald's of Glasgow. Glasgow Scottie Spring Sports also brought to you by Elmore Realty and Auction, TJ Regional Health, Monticello Bank of Glasgow, Hardee's, South Central Rural Telephone, and Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Joe Myers. A huge shout-out to those local businesses for sponsoring Glasgow Scottie Sports, and we hope that you will patronize those businesses as much as possible for their contribution to our broadcasts. And we are here on the Don Franklin Auto postgame show. And, Murph, are we ready to roll with the stats? Okay, so I want to turn things over to Stephen Murphy. He's going to roll through our Garcia's Grill sizzling stats for us. Murph.
Okay. For our hitters today, offensively, Ellery Haynes was 0 for 2. She walked twice and scored 2 runs. Kenzie Johnson was 1 for 2, scored 2 runs, walked twice. Emery Gardner was 0 for 3 with 1 run scored and walked once. Micah Mullenkamp was 1 for 4 with 1 walk. Riley Strode was 3 for 4, did not walk, did not score. Lucy Richardson was 0 for 3, didn't walk and didn't score. Jakali Green was 0 for 2 with 1 walk. Memphis Prophet was 0 for 2 with 1 run scored and was hit by 1 pitch. Sydney Kuykendall had a big day. She was 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Overall, we had 10 runs on 8 hits. We had 6 runners left on base. We only struck out once, and we had 8 walks. So good day offensively for the Scotties there. For Memphis Prophet, our pitcher had a really good day. She threw 6 innings. She struck out 9 hitters. She walked 1, only gave up 2 hits, and most importantly, didn't give up any runs.
All right, Murph, is that everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Did you run through the Metcalfe County stats?
Miss Harper today, what was her first name?
I'll tell you what, don't worry about it, Murph. That's
Okay.
all right. I didn't realize you didn't have those added up, so no big deal. That's no problem at all. So those are your Garcia's Grill sizzling stats for the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets. And here comes Glasgow Lady Scottie head coach Katie Arbeck, and she will do a quick post-game interview with us here as her ball club wins the home opener here over the Metcalfe County Lady Hornets by a final score of 10-0 in 6 innings. And Coach Arbeck joining us here on the Don Franklin Auto Postgame Show. Coach, appreciate you coming up. Just your initial thoughts on what your team did here today.
I mean, I'm just really proud of them. I think we played a lot better on the field than we did Tuesday. We had a handful of errors on Tuesday, but they looked a lot cleaner today. And even Memphis, we were talking about our pitcher. She hit her spots more today, which makes a big difference because then we can start changing things up if we get high, get better counts early on.
Yeah, we had Memphis with 9 strikeouts on the day and only 1 walk. And what we noticed was she was staying ahead of hitters all day long, and that was a big difference for her out there.
Yeah, for sure. It makes it easier for me to call pitches if we stay ahead in the counts. So that's definitely positive.
You had some girls who had great days at the plate, too. Sydney Kuykendall goes 2 for 3 on the day, scored 3 runs. Riley Strode was 3 for 4 on the day. You had a few other girls with 1 hit, so a nice day at the plate, I thought, for you guys as well.
Yeah, Sydney's been doing great. I mean, she went, 2 for 2 on Tuesday? So, I mean, she has been killing it so far.
Yeah, so she's 4 for 5 to start the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat
ask
that.
for much more, can you?
And Riley, too. I mean, this is she didn't practice with us a lot because she was in basketball, and she didn't play with us at Campbellsville first scrimmage. She didn't play with us on Tuesday, so, for her to come out hot in her first game out, that's a good look, too, for us.
And I know you mentioned that you guys made a few too many errors against Franklin Simpson on Tuesday to give yourselves a real chance to win that ball game. And that was an issue for this team last year. So do you feel confident? And I know you were not the coach of this team last year, but just from what you've seen in practice, do you feel confident that maybe this can be a little bit better defensive ball club?
Yeah, I do. And we work on it a lot. We're kind of disciplined. We've been getting into it. So errors, let's do some burpees. Let's do something, we got to clean it up. And I think the biggest thing is confidence. They just need – we've been preaching, have confidence in yourself and the position that you're in. Take your time when you get these balls. A lot of our girls have really good arms. There's no need to field the ball and rush. So I'm pretty confident. And now that we're settling in, I knew it would take a game or two, but now that we're settling, I feel like we're going to be fine.
And now I know Memphis, again, pitched a great game today. You've also got Addie McCoy, who I know you hope will be back, maybe I think you said in April sometime, and she will give you, obviously, another great pitcher. She was Glasgow's main pitcher last year. But, what is the depth like right now at pitching, and kind of what's your philosophy? Because I know some in softball is different. These girls can pitch every day if they want to, but what's your philosophy as a head coach as far as your pitcher is concerned?
Yeah, I would love to have a staff. I think softball's moving very much away from that ace pitcher. Now you do have teams that just have that girl that she can just throw it, and
right.
They'll throw her all the time. But I think a staff is really important, and you get pitchers I know Addie can. From what I've heard, Addie can really sling it. So you've got Addie who's got speed, and then Memphis she's got some good spin on her pitches. So having a staff is important, and I think that will help. Later on down the road. But we also have Riley. She pitches a little bit too, and she's got some pretty good speed on her. We've seen her in practice. We're not going to use her too much because she's a solid third baseman here, but she can put it out there too, and it's pretty quick. So that'll be another arm that we have if we need it. So,
I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But the staff is that's so big for me.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I know you're supposed to have Logan County here tomorrow. Weather looking a little bit iffy. We're supposed to get quite a bit of rain tonight, so we'll see if that happens. But then we'll be back for the game against Monroe County to broadcast that one on Monday. So if you guys do get a chance to play tomorrow, we certainly wish you luck. If not, we'll see you on Monday.
Thank
okay?
you.
You're welcome. That's Glasgow Lady Scottie head coach Katie Arbeck as she gets her first win as Glasgow Lady Scottie head coach. So congratulations to her for that as her team now goes to 1-1 on the year. We'll continue in just a moment with the Don Franklin Auto Postgame Show. We'll come back after this timeout and take a look at our Hardy's play of the game and also tell you about our SCRTC player of the game as well. We're back after a 2-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Hey, son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
Back here at Glasgow High School, you are listening to the Don Franklin Auto postgame show as the Glasgow Lady Scotties softball team picks up its first win of the season to go to 1-1 with a 10-0 victory over Metcalfe County in 6 innings. We do want to dip back into our Garcia's Grill sizzling stats for just a moment as Stephen Murphy has these stats added up for Metcalfe County, so I want to run through those real quick. Murph?
Harper was 0 for 3 on the evening with 1 strikeout, and of course there were no runs scored, so nobody scored. Hurt was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. England was 2 for 3, no runs scored there. Froge, 1 for 3, no runs scored. Phelps was 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. DeWeese was 0 for 2, no runs scored. Fields was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Avery was 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout. And Akery was 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. As we now continue with our Don Franklin Auto postgame show with telling you about our SCRTC Player of the Game. And today we are going to go with Sydney Kuykendall for the Lady Scotties. There were Riley Strode would have been, we'll give her honorable mention. She had a good day as well. Riley was 3 for 4, but our SCRTC Player of the Game will be Sydney Kuykendall. Sydney goes 2 for 3 on the day, and she scored 3 runs as well. So Sydney Kuykendall, our SCRTC Player of the Game. Congratulations to Sydney for that honor.
Stolen bases.
What was that, Murph?
Sydney also had 3 stolen bases. I forgot that.
Yep. And that was a big stat in this ball game for the Lady Scotties. I think that as a team they ended up having 6 stolen bases.
Yes.
Is that right?
Very aggressive on the bases today.
They were. That was good to see. All right, and then so we told you Sydney is our SCRTC Player of the Game. Well, she's also our Hardy's Play of the Game. As if you're watching on our live stream, you will see that our Hardy's Play of the Game was that double that Sydney had to bring in a run, or maybe even 2. It was 1 run. She got 1 RBI on that double that time, but that is our Hardy's Play of the Game, and our thanks to Hardy's for sponsoring that feature for us here on WCLU. So that'll just about wrap up our broadcast. Again, we remind you that our next broadcast will be another softball game, and that will be on Monday here from Glasgow High School as the Lady Scotties entertain the Monroe County Lady Falcons. That will be a 5:30 first pitch. Our broadcast will be on the air somewhere around 5:15, 5:20. So make sure and tune in for that. And again, we'll have a live stream of that as well on our WCLU YouTube channel and also on the Scottie channel on YouTube as well. We do want to say thank you to Mr. John Clark back in the studio for running the board for us here this afternoon. Did a tremendous job as always. And also thank you to Matthew Clark, our video producer here on our live stream. And again, your final score, it was Glasgow 10, Metcalfe County nothing in 6 innings. And for my partner, Stephen Murphy, I'm Joe Myers. Thanks for listening, everybody.
This has been Lady presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Glasgow High School Sports is on. Local WCLU.